Greetings, this is Unit 7, Module 3, Session 4. The name of this home connection is Choose Your Strategy. It's a two-pager. Name and number, please. Now, down below, we have 3 different ways to solve 4 times 29. You could use the standard algorithm. You could use partial products. You could use the over strategy. Let's dig in just a little bit, just so that we are familiar. Stack it, multiply. Looks like they are doing what we've done in the past. First you take 4 times 9, you get 36. Notice that you carry the 3 of the 36, okay? Next you do 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8, but you must not forget to add the 3, which is where you get the 11. Okay, so that's a strategy that we've done in the past. No surprise there. Here would be our partial products. So if we're thinking about 4 times 29, okay, it looks like they split it. Okay, so just in case you forgot, the original multiplication is 4 times 29. And if you take that 29 and you break it into a 20 and a 9, you might have some friendlier math, because 4 times 20 would be the same as 4 times 2, which is 8, and then you put the 0 back on to get 80. Okay, 4 times 9 is one of your 1-by-1 math facts. 4 times 9 is 36. And then if you add those two numbers together, which they do here, you get 116, the same answer that you had on the previous standard algorithm solution. Then you have the over strategy, where you think to yourself, 29 is almost like 30. So what if I just take 4 times 30, because I can do that easier in my head by just kind of ignoring the 0. 4 times 3 is 12. And then I put that 0 back on, it's 120. Well, then just don't forget that you really only want 29 of them. So you just get rid of one of the 4s. You still have 116. If your brain can retain all of the steps, this might be a really nice way to solve problems. The only thing that I've seen in the past is that it is sometimes easy to forget that this is not the original math problem, 4 times 30. You have to remember that, oh yeah, I rounded up to 30. I need to make sure I get rid of one of them so I have the correct answer. If you do, you're going to have the right answer. Now that we have taken a little look at this, what does it say? Use the standard algorithm to solve each problem below. So you're going to do it for each one. Then solve it in a different way. Now, you could use partial products. You could use the over strategy. If there's anything else you'd like to use, please do. Circle the method that seemed quicker and easier. Well, let's take a look here. Looks like we've got 39 times 6. So let's do that first. 39 times 6. Just like I did in previous videos, I'm going to highlight step 1. Don't forget, this is where you would write any carrying, and then this would be 2, step 2. Okay, so 6 times 9, that's what we're going to do first. That would be 54, carry the 5, so there's my 54. Step 2 is to take 6 times 3, that is 18. Don't forget to add your 5, right? So we know that 6 times 3 is 18. We just can't forget to add the 5 that we stacked above. 23. Notice that I write it on the side. If it's something that you don't feel comfortable doing in your head, or if you just like to know you have the right answer, write it off to the side, okay? So this is our standard algorithm. Didn't take us too long, I don't think. But what do you want to do for a different way? Well, I got to write my part. 39 times 6. I have to remember that. I'm just going to write it over here. 39 times 6. Well, 39 is pretty darn close to 40. So what if I say 40 times 6? Well, ignore the 0 for now. And we know that 4 times 6 is 24. And now we'll just put that 0 back on, okay? Okay, now that we've done that, I just can't forget that I really only want 39 sixes, but I did 40 sixes. So let's get rid of one of the sixes, and then life should be good. So we'll do this 23 down here. We borrowed from the 4, which gave us the 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. Yay, great. Okay, so still got the same answer, 234. Which one was faster? I don't know. They're about the same. I'm going to say for this one that this is the one that I thought was easier because you only did multiplying and adding, whereas on the other side, we had to do multiplying and subtracting. And I find that I might make more mistakes when subtracting. Now, 51 times 7, 65 times 7, 199 times 8. Those are all ones that I am going to allow you to do on your own. Well, maybe, yeah, I think so. Just don't forget that on this one here, I'm just going to highlight these steps here, is that 8 times 9 is your first step. If you need to carry, you put it there. The second step is to take 8 times 9. Anything you need to carry goes here, okay? Do not forget. Okay, let's move on to the next page. So we have here in number 2, can you believe this is only number 2? Fill in the bubble to show the best estimate for each problem. And you have to explain your choice, okay? Well, I am going to look at this problem here and say, well, 49 is pretty close to 50, okay? So in my head, all right, and I'm going to write this down just so that you're with me. I'm just going to pretend it's a 50, and then I'm going to take 50 times 8. And I know that 5 times 8 is 40. If I add another 0, that's 400. So it's about 400-ish. That's not the answer, so it's about 400, approximately 400. And that is an option right there. Yay! Now, if you were going to explain it, because they do give you this white space down here, I'd say 49 is close to 50. And then 50 times 8 is 400. There's my explanation, okay? When you look at this next one, 326 times 3... Wow, there's quite a few options for you to take a look at. But what do you think? Let me see if I think I did this kind of wonky. There we go. My screen was acting up. When I look at this one here, 326. Well, how can I make this more mental math? Are you going to round this all the way down to 300 to make it a little bit easier? Do you have the brain power to do 325 in your head? Think about what that might look like. Maybe you would prefer 330, or maybe you want to round it to 320. Whatever you are most comfortable doing in your head, choose one of those. That is going to inform what answer you choose over here, okay? So it's just something to think about. Not saying you have to do it a certain way, but when I look at those options, only a few of them pop out to me, okay? Circle the method that seems most helpful for estimating the answer to these problems. I mean, standard algorithm, is that how you would estimate? Partial products, is that how you would estimate? Breaking that into 40 and 8 and 9 and 8. The over strategy, pretending it's 50. Rounding, maybe you rounded that down to 300. I mean, that could be an option, okay? But you get to choose that, okay? Sam, Sarah, Dina, and TJ have 30. Each have 37 marbles. How many marbles do they have in all? Well, if they each have 37, I'm going to need to count 37 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Notice that I said times, so I need to count 37 4 times, okay? And you are going to solve that. Maybe you could use the standard algorithm just to get more comfortable. Do not forget the steps. You'll do this first, put your thing there, and then you will do that second, okay? Just to show you. The kids at the high school are having oh, by the way, pause this video and solve that, okay? The kids at the high school are having a month-long car wash. Ooh, I hope they're washing more than one car. Otherwise, that car's going to have no paint when they're done. They charge $6 to wash a car. If they wash 28 cars a day for 9 days, how much money will they make? This is a multi-step multiplication question. Wow. So, $6 to wash a car, 28 cars a day, 9 days. Wow. That means those 28 cars each get $6. And then when you know how much money you're making each day, you have to take that times the 9 days. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a big number. Now, you might be tempted. Watch this. This is where I would suggest you not do this. Is you might say, oh, I can do these two in my head. And you go, well, 9 times 6 is 54. So I can simplify that, right? And now it's just 28 times 54. The only problem is now you have to use the standard algorithm for double-digit multiplication, and it gets real messy real fast. So don't do that unless you are practiced at it and you feel very comfortable with it. What I would suggest instead is just do your standard algorithm for maybe this bet, like a 28 times a 6. Okay? Once you've done that, take this answer here and then take it times 9. Okay? So do it one at a time. That's going to save you a lot of heartache, because what you'll end up doing is right now you've got 2 digits times 1 digit, and then you'll end up with a 3-digit number down here. Then you'll have a 3-digit times a 1 digit, which we've already done. Okay? That's my suggestion. If you have questions, make sure you contact a math wizard for help. Your teachers love to answer questions. Bring them on. We'll help you solve them, okay? Otherwise, we will check you later.